Hey guys, something just I was just thinking about something. Many of us know that really a lot of black women, no matter what, can't get along. And some want to say, a lot of them want to say, well, a lot of black women can't get along because black men always try to get themselves in the middle and they don't want to see black women get along. Okay, that is true. Part of that is true, but I'm going to tell you this. The bigger reason why black women can't get along, a lot of it has to do with their mothers. I see time and time and time again where black women attack each other, And it's not always because of a black male, but you will look closely at those individuals. Majority of the time, maybe not 100%, but majority of the time, those women had a problem with the matriarchs in their family, whether it's their mother, whether it's their auntie, or whether it's their grandma. And I'm going to tell you something else. Maybe not 9 times out of 10, but it could be 7 times out of 10. Those ladies could have been molested, and the matriarchs in their family made it seem like they were the ones who were being fast. A lot of black women, especially, have been, they had their start with being raped and molested since the age of 5 and 6, and maybe even younger. Okay, until they up and grown, and a lot of times. I can't give a percentage because everybody's not coming forth and talking about it, A lot of people, even if they do talk about it, nobody's putting anything in any kind of articles or statistics. So a lot of women talk about it in counseling and church and all that stuff, but you will never know the real number because they don't come forth and, say it to people who are going to put it in the article, okay? But what I'm saying is that a lot of these ladies have been molested and raped and all of these stuff, and the matriarchs in their family never protected them. They never protected them. They chose, a lot of the matriarchs in the family chose to protect this male. Okay, and so what I want to say is, this is what I want to get on. The best thing that could have helped black women if they would have listened, because the most part, when it comes to a grown person, it's kind of hard to change. It's kind of hard to change their mindset when it comes to a young person. And I said this before. The best thing to do is try to mentor younger girls. Now it's going to be hard to do, especially when they have mothers who are toxic. So it's going to be hard to do, but you can't control that. Only thing you can do is your part. You can't just really try to be God for people. Only thing you can do is just do your part and don't worry about the rest. And when that person grow up, that little girl grows up, she's going to probably remember what you said. Even though she might have had a toxic mother, it's something that you said that could have had an impact on her, but that's not for anybody else to control. That's not for you and me to control. The only thing that we can do is actually do what we're supposed to do, whatever our life path is. And if your life path is speaking to little girls, then that's it. But you can't control how she's going to grow up. That's really not for you to worry about, because you are not the person who shapes her life. You are not her creator. So you can't really worry yourself over how she's going to grow up and what other people that she has in her life. It's nothing that you can do about that. But what I am saying is that you can have a better chance with the younger ones. I'm talking about the ones that's like around you, maybe in your neighborhood. Maybe you want to mentor people, or maybe you have a social media platform where younger ladies listen to you. So that helps too. But the best thing that could have helped black women is to not constantly tell them. I mean, yeah, it is good to tell them to get away from black men, a lot of black men, a lot of toxic black men, to try to work your way on getting out of the black neighborhoods. Okay, I do believe that it was a good thing, because you want to get out of toxic areas and you want to not mate with people, with majority of the men who are very toxic and very unhealthy for you. So I can see spreading that message. But from what I have seen, and I've made so many audios about this last year, is that black women who are so-called divested, who so-called date interracially, who move into non-black neighborhoods or whatever it is, yes, they might divest. So if you were even invested, I was never a person that was invested in the first place, so I never called myself divested because I was never invested. But you know, people who just live outside of the black neighborhoods or don't really deal with black people that much, don't really deal with black men, what I notice about it is sometimes a lot of those black women still are not fond of each other. A lot of those black women still are not too fond of other black women. So there is a serious problem in the relationships with other black women. And I'm going to say this: there are other black women who might be considering themselves doing well. You know, I guess they consider themselves divested, if they want to use that word, you know, and living their life, and could be, you know, just completely outside of the bubble that's called the black community. But some of these women, what I've noticed, you know, is that they still don't want to see other black women do well. I kind of noticed that they still do not want to see other black women do well. If they see another black woman that might be up and coming, they, you know, might do something to block that person's progress, because they still don't want to see other black women do well. Okay. So what I'm saying is that there is still a serious issue between black women that don't necessarily have anything to do with the black male. Some of these black women who are so-called divested or whatever they are, and they appear to be doing well in life, okay? They appear to be doing very well. They appear to be well kept. They appear to be watered and cultivated. Some, for some reason, don't see up and coming, you know, black women or whatever, and don't want to see her do well. And, you know, in a case like that, you cannot blame that on the black man, okay? And I'm not trying to, you know, defend anybody. What I'm saying is that it's bigger. It's bigger. And I'm getting back to the title, is that I think black women at this point in time now, because I do feel like it was important to spread the message to stop, you know, giving your energy and giving your womb to people who are undeserving. And the people who are able to get it are going to get it. But I think it's time now for black women to really take a closer look at themselves. Okay, because that message of dating interracially and, you know, getting outside of Blackistan, that's been going around for a few years now. And a lot of the audios and stuff and the Facebook pages are still up. Okay, so they're going to get it. If they're going to get it, they're going to get it. Okay. And now it has moved to mainstream media. You know, you hear a lot of women talking about, you know, expanding your options and when it comes to relationships. But here's the thing now, in order for black women to really, I say heal properly, they need to work on themselves first. Everybody needs to work on themselves. It's not just black women. Everybody needs to work on themselves. Okay. Everybody. But what I'm saying is that there is still a problem, a serious issue. Black women are very negative towards each other, and you cannot, you know, you can't blame all of that on the black male, and that's what I'm saying. And I think a lot of that really do have to do that. A lot of that has to do with their poor relationships with the matriarchs of their family. It could be the mother or other matriarchs of their family. A lot of black women's poor relationships have to do with the matriarchs of their family, and at this point, black women need to get on that level, that next level of whatever needs to be done, and take a closer look at themselves and each other, and try to really find out why they hate each other besides this black man. Okay, you know, because there are a lot of black women who have, you know, there are quite a few black women that have caught the message of, you know, divestment and going other places and dating elsewhere, but there still exists there still exists serious negativity between black women. Okay, even on the divested pages, I noticed that it can be pretty messy. Okay, so that lets you know what black men were involved in that. Don't get me wrong, black men troll, they can troll all day long, but you know, we got to look at the deeper issue there. The fact that you are you are supposed to be progressing in life, but somehow black women still can get catty and they want to fight and they don't want to see each other rise. They flag each other pages. They flag each other videos. You know, that just lets you know that it's a deeper issue. And I think on this next level, instead of constantly telling black women to leave black men alone, because that message has been already put out there for a few years now, and either black women are going to get it or they're not. Okay, you can't just browbeat them. But this next level, I think black women need to take a closer look at why they really seem to have a strong disdain for each other. And it's going to be a lot of reasons why. People going to say it's because of the mother. People going to say it's because of all kind of reasons. It's probably more than one, but black women need to take a closer look at why they really, really have a disdain for each other. But I'm going to tell you something, they don't want to do that. That's going to cause them to address their shadow. Because I've said before that a lot of black women, they don't want to address the things that black men have done because they are hiding behind these men. I said that before, that a lot of black women are hiding behind these men, and that's why they act like this stuff ain't happening. That's why they act like they don't see what these guys are doing, because they hiding behind them. These men allow these women to hide their true feelings of how they really feel about black women. Okay, a lot of these black women have the same hatred, if not more, for other black women than these black men do. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. There is a deeper issue that lies between black women, that's deeper, to be honest with you, than black men. And I've said this, so many times before. Black women have turned on each other before this black man even came about. Black women turning each other. Okay, but it's so many reasons why that could be. But that's all I got to say, and I'll talk to you soon.